Hi, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ketan Tiwari welcoming you again in yet another webinar by University of Southampton Delhi. I head the PG recruitments and outreach at University of Southampton Delhi. And today it's all about transformation. So any of the students, whether they are a UG aspirant or a PG aspirant, they look for, attending any of the top universities in the world and they look for transformation. Now that transformation entails a lot of transmutations that happen in your own personality, in the kind of endeavors that you have, and the kind of professional goals that you have in life, right? So to know all about transformation, we have two of our alums today, Aditya and Shashank. They'll be sharing their journey of how a transformation at University of Southampton looks like, what all it entails, what should be done to make that transition possible, and most importantly, because we are very close to starting our first batch in August 2025, it's going to start from 25th of August 2025. The people who are going to join the batch should be hearing from them very intently as to what all should be done to make that kind of a transition possible. So during the course of our discussion, if you have any questions for our alums, you can type them in the Q&A section. We'll take them at the very end of it. And please ask the questions pertinent to the topic, but we'll try and get as many as possible. So I won't take much time from the webinar. I'll straight away go to our alums. I'll first go to Shashank to tell us more about himself and then probably Aditya. Shashank, over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Ketan. Hello everyone. Shashank here. So my journey actually, I completed my bachelor's from Narsi Monji, Mumbai, and after that I went to Southampton for a master's in 2011, and my course was Systems and Signal Processing, which basically had subjects around computer vision, image processing, machine learning, AI, etc. And after completing, I have worked with. I've always been in the biometrics domain since then, working with Aadhaar project in one of the companies. And also since last 9 years, I am also innovating and bringing biometrics in the automotive domain. And yeah, so that's a little bit about me.
Aditya, we should listen from you now.
Yes. Hi, guys. I'm Aditya Tribhuvan. I am originally from Mumbai. I went to I did my undergraduation from the University of Wolverhampton. It had its campus here in Mumbai. Then after that, I went to Southampton University in 2021. During my period, it was a little bit anticlimax because I went at a time when it was COVID.
Yeah.
So I was initially going to go in September 2020, but I went in 2021. To add more fire, if to add fuel to the fire, I had to do term in India and one term in the UK. That even it was hybrid because of the ongoing COVID situation.
Right.
During my masters, I pursued my masters in international management, and it was, even though there were barriers, even though I had this kind of barriers, but the kind of teaching it went into the kind of teaching that I went through was very professional, and at the same time I could learn a lot from the tutors. Then after my graduation, I worked in UK for 2 years in the operations department, and currently I'm back in India and exploring further opportunities.
Great, great. I think a lot of people who will be starting at University of Southampton Delhi, 80% of them will be having opportunities in India. The only difference we have here is that unlike University of Southampton UK, we are going to have placements and full placement support, full placement here at University of Southampton Delhi. So that's the only change. That's a pleasant change for people. So I'm just starting with my first question, very simple one. Look, Shank, we all talk about transformation, right? So transformation happens at various levels, right? It happens mentally, physically, let's say the way we perceive ourselves and how we envisage ourselves in future. So I will, before going to the professional journey, I'll probably, impinge upon the personal journey, right? So what changes do you see in yourself after your stint at, let's say, University of Southampton? Because every stint changes something in you. So there must have been experiences there at University of Southampton which brought about those changes. Just wanted to hear that from you. And then obviously Aditya. Yeah.
Yeah. I think one of the most striking things will be the broadened worldview that you get, and how quickly you are forced into adapting to those changes. And further to that are then the enhanced problem solving skills, different perspectives that people bring, the great amount of expertise that's available over there. To give a contrasting picture, in India, mostly when you look at engineering colleges, etc., the same content is being taught in 3-4 different streams like computer, IT, electronics and telecommunication, etc. The same professor will go to 3-4 different classes, teach the same exactly thing. But in Southampton, it's very different, because the time of the professor is important. His main KPI is to do research, and that's why when a certain content has to be taught, all of these 3-4 students from the 3-4 streams have come together, sit in one room, and are taught all together. So you are learning from, you are not just getting exposed to so much other people as well, but also it is made very clear that you only have this much time available from the professor. Try to get as much from him as much possible, and because of this you learn to value the time as well. So yeah.
Yep. Aditya, over to you.
So what happened was it was a transformative journey. Now, if I compare to the teaching in India, we were that kind of teaching. First of all, when you are studying in India, you're not able to present your ideas and mind, because you'll have that fear that it might be wrong, or people may judge you. But in the UK, in Southampton, I did not feel that at all. At the same time, I had the full freedom to ask any questions, and the tutors over there were very friendly and kind. And they are not such. They are tutors. They are not tutors. They are very experienced tutors.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
like I'll give you an example. In one of my modules in marketing modules, or accounting modules, the person who was teaching me was actually from the corporate world. Then he switched into teaching world. Then he switched into the teaching side. So this is one aspect, that you have an open mind. Second, another aspect is, getting a chance to meet a lot of people from diverse background. This is where networking and communication comes into place.
Right.
And third, I would say, whatever projects we are given or assignments we are given in a certain time period. So this is where time management the time management is tested of us. So from being a person who's close-minded, I feel that when I left the university, I felt my mind started opening up. My my mind started opening up. So this is one important change I felt since graduating from US.
Yeah, I think I completely agree with you, because that's exactly what we are trying to replicate at University of Southampton Delhi also. So whenever you happen to visit University of Southampton Delhi campus, you will see people coming from different backgrounds in the class, right? And that is something we always try and promote, because this is something of an eclectic knowledge that you get when you sit in a cohort where people are coming from different backgrounds. That's the beauty of it. Now, I mean, because you said this, that people come from different background, I have a related question, right? Now, look, people may come from different background, and let's say they take up a particular program. They may take any program, right? But let's say somebody's coming from humanities and they want to go into management, or let's say somebody's coming from a different background wanting to make a career in finance, or let's say Shashank, in your case, computer systems. How does that transition happen? I mean, in terms of, let's say we talked about the personality, but let's say this classroom transition, what helps you make this kind of a transition? So should I go to Aditya first?
You can go with Shashank first. It's
okay. Sure.
All right. I think there are a certain common modules also which are found between these interdisciplinary fields. I remember one of my you know one of the other students also made the switch from computer science to AI at that time,
Mhm.
and also if I wanted to, even I could have done that because there were similar subjects as well over there. So the curriculum is flexible, and it follows the credits system.
Mm.
So as far as you are maintaining that minimum across on your own on your own curriculum, so I think that makes it easier. And uh, overall, the curriculum also focuses on the critical thinking and practical applications. Contrary to the Indian system,
Mm.
you know, when you go there, or when you're studying here in Delhi also, you can't just ever imagine that you can mug up a single answer and just go there and write the same thing. You can't. In my entire time over there, I have not come across a single question in any single subject where I could, treat it that it was a theory problem, and straight answer out of the book could be written for that. Every
Mhm.
single time you have to analyze the questions, make it relatable, or how it is applicable in the real world. So, and then create your answer, and that can be applicable with respect to management courses also. A lot of my friends were into management courses. They had like countless case studies, and in my case there were countless numericals, etc. So it's,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
challenging, but it is also interesting.
Yeah, challenging for sure, because we come from a system where we are not taught to think differently, or let's say think on our own feet. But
Yes.
everything is fed up, right? I mean, it's fed into our stomach, rightly. But I think this is what the students need to learn. So, Aditya, if you have to add anything to it.
No, I think Shashank was correct.
Mhm.
Okay, Shashank was correct. And what I would like to add in is that it also depends on the student if he or she is mentally prepared to go for that transition.
Yeah.
See, it is easy to it is easy to change your career path. It because making a decision is like this. But when you think deeper, you have to understand that are you able to take it up?
Hmm.
Are you able to take it up? Okay, a person coming from IT background to management, for a person like he or she, he may be taught the technical stuff.
Yeah.
But if he wants to venture in the management side of it, he has to be mentally prepared to take up this decision.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
all about, I believe it's all about how you use it with the help of your mind. If you're mentally
Mm.
prepared to go for the transition, you can. If you're not,
Yes.
then don't.
Mm-hmm. I think I come across a lot of people these days who are freshers,
Yeah.
right? We also have people in the class, let's say, who are having some kind of a work experience,
Mm,
right? Uh, People actually often ask me that, let's say I'm from, let's say, a humanities background or arts background, zero experience.
yeah.
Can I actually make that transition? Because it sounds too good to believe, honestly, right? And this is what we keep on telling them, that first of all, there has to be a will to transition,
Yeah.
and then you will have the wherewithal to transition in the class, right? So one of the most
Yeah.
important things was, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, please go ahead.
No, continue. First,
Yeah,
continue.
so one of the important things that we discussed here was case studies, of course. So
Yeah.
case studies, a lot of experiential learning is there, right? We talk about more of experiential learning for sure. But yeah, the kind of pedagogy that we have, the kind of curriculum that we are also introducing at University of Southampton Delhi, that actually helps people or will help people to get and develop that analytical mindset, so that they start thinking deeply about what they're doing. It's not, I mean, given to them on a platter, right? That's very important. So yeah, you were saying something, if I interrupted
I
you.
said, see, as I see, making a transition is easy.
Mm.
It's very easy. I
Yeah.
see a lot of people who are transitioning to the AI and data science arena.
Mm.
But it is also, as I mentioned, it is also very important that you have to be ready with it. Okay. And what is the, what do you call it? advantage is that one, as you mentioned earlier, you get your mind is analytical and critical thinking. At the same side, you have the technical side of building up a product or any software. So
Yeah.
how you utilize your analytical and critical thinking is very important. That's
Yep.
I see a lot of students I know previously who were switching from IT to management just to know how to sell their product.
Mhm. Yep. Yep. That's good. That's good. I mean, that's interesting because there will be students, we have people from varied backgrounds and they will be looking for these kind of transitions. So it is going to be a good experience for them, particularly the PG students that some of us are here. And it's a 1 year program. So one of the questions, like, again, pops up in their mind all the time,
Yeah.
although I'm coming from a background where I have been, into 1 year programs, is 1 year enough, right? Now, is that 1 year enough for a person to make a transition? Because for undergraduate program, it is 3 years. For pre-PG, it's 1 year, right? So they have certain kind of apprehensions, and the way again we have been brought up in India, we always think of a 2 year program, right? So what happens in that space of 3 year or 1 year? I mean, this is something which I can answer, but I think we'll need to talk about the experiential learning part here, right? What all experiential learning, apart from case studies that you do, uh, which help you gain the knowledge of a particular sector or a particular background so that eventually you make a good career for yourself. Shashank, I'll go to you first.
See, experience-wise, I think the different perspectives, towards solving a problem that you come across when you are talking to so many people. I mean, not just the professors, but also the other students, etc. So that perspective, makes things different. The places where they are coming from, so many different countries, that also influences so much, the way they approach a problem, they approach a solution. One of my friends was from Iran,
Yep.
and when in the initial weeks when we were having some exchanges, and also he was like, I can't comprehend that such a place exists, because in Iran everything has a boundary. So
Yeah.
how this campus can be without any boundary?
Yeah.
And so, and then you think, okay, like how, where is he coming from? And then when he talks about things, is there some kind of influence over there or not? So experiential learning is there in this way. And then,
Yeah.
like you say, uh, the state of the art labs
Mm.
also, makes a huge difference over there. Southampton has one of a kind of a biometric tunnel,
Mm.
in which you walk through it, and then there are several cameras positioned, and then it takes so much of your biometrics all together in that one, in a single walk. So working with that and testing a lot of things, also having the exposure and be able to meet the other PhD candidates as well, how they approach certain research. I learned a lot because of that. And um, I I always thank Professor Mark Nixon, because it was one of his seminars on biometrics, which I just happened to casually, attend. And I was so amazed by it. The very next day, I went to my own supervisor and told, "You give me whatever project in that, but I want to do thesis in biometrics." I was so amazed by that the same vigor and the same passion is present even till now.
Yep. Yep.
Uh, yeah, so
So it gets ingrained in your system because once you get through a system of education like that, I mean, it doesn't get out of your system. I can understand that. Aditya,
yeah.
any of your experiences about you or any of your batchmates?
See, now when you asked about the question about whether
Yeah.
that 1 year is it
Mm-hmm.
enough or not,
Mm-hmm.
I will say from my experience it was intensive for me,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because what happens is the teaching is the teaching is such that from day one they will immediately discuss about the main topics.
Yeah.
Okay. Secondly, it is collaborate. Classes are collaborative, as
Yeah.
I mentioned in the first question. It is collaborative. So because it is collaborative, everyone is involved in the class discussions.
Mm.
Third, as Shashank said, research.
Mm.
So it's a very natural thing that whatever module you do, okay, you tend to and whatever they teach about it, you tend to research more, because that research is going to be very important for your assignments.
Yeah.
Okay, I won't say that from day one they are behind us for assignments, but yeah, yes, I would say that from day one they just focus on the topic, and it is not like theoretical they will teach. They will
Mm.
they will first teach theory, then they will link it to practical application. This is where analysis, critical thinking, and discussion works.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So
think that's very important. Yeah. Go
so
ahead.
it's a combination of soft skills and hard skills that makes this course intensive for 1 year.
Yeah. 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 I think that's
I
very
would,
important because I
yeah.
think, yeah, Shashank, please go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to add, from day one it is a high octane course. You don't get to take the your foot off the pedal. That's something that everyone should very clearly know. And he was talking about the research assignments, right? I clearly remember. So I have since the audience is Indian, I want to bring them the contrary picture, what happens in the Indian system and what's there. Me being in my bachelor's, I concede that I have also made copies of assignments. Whoever the first in the classroom had done that, and it used to pass well here. But take my word for it, when you get into this course, you cannot you can't even imagine that you can do a letter to letter kind of copy. It is checked in such a unique way that not just plagiarism, etc., but what unique perspective did you bring in your solution, even
Mm.
if it is a coding problem or if it is a numerical. But what is different over there and how have you approached it, that
Yeah.
is always checked.
Absolutely. I think that's a very important point because, the top universities are also looking for the fact as to what you are contributing in the class, right? So that's a very important factor. Aditya, were you saying something? And did I
I
cut
was
you?
going to add
Yeah.
on to that only. Yes, in what I believe is that what Shashank also said, in the Indian education system, they don't care how did you copy or what. They just,
Yeah.
for them it's the deadlines. But here it is more of the here it is more about the quality in UK education.
Yeah, I think that's important. And in fact, the role of University of Southampton alums in India is also going to be critical for University of Southampton Delhi. Now, exactly what we are doing is going to be replicated in the class also.
Yep.
We are planning to give them alum mentors. So let's say if somebody is doing a particular program, we may have alums talking to them, to at least a few students, and some other students will talk to some other alum who come from that background. Or let's say who are in the industry. Maybe they share their experiences of the industry. They will tell them probably where the industry is going, or let's say how it's going to perform in the next 10 years. They will have the clairvoyance, and most importantly, the skills that they need to accumulate in order to make it big, right? So I mean, there are some juniors of yours listening to you right now, right? I mean, what is your advice going to be for people who are, let's say, starting their program on 25th of August in India? Because, or do they have to make some preparation, or they come raw? What do you suggest?
I would say come raw, but I would say come raw. I would say come raw. Don't have this burden in your mind that, oh, this is UK university, this is a UK education. They will expect a lot from us. No, don't think like that. Just come, join the college, join the university with an open mind, and be hardworking from day one. don't take anything lightly, even if it's a master's for 1 year or a graduation for 3 years.
Yeah.
I will tell you I will relate it to in my case, because I remember, okay, because I know from day one, from my master's, from the first day till the last day, I was just very serious in it. I was very serious in it. Okay, I didn't take anything lightly. I know a lot of students whom I was studying with, they were taking things lightly because for them it was they wanted to explore UK, to be frank. But
Yeah.
for me, it was all about doing good in
Yeah.
the university.
Yeah. Yeah. That's important. I
So
think
I
that
would say
seriousness.
be
Yeah. Good.
hardworking from day one.
Mm.
Okay. Be hardworking from day one. Don't be over smart.
Shashank, that's an interesting comment
Yeah.
Aditya has made. What will you say?
No, I agree with that because I am guilty in part. Like because I had a lot of this the Indian system ingrained when I went there. Initial 2 months or a bit more. I struggled to match the pace over there. I was first of all in the bachelor's level here in India, we are fed almost every information, like go read this chapter from this book, and maybe just little bit extra here and there, because most of them are the fundamental things. But when you go to masters, I mean, I was actually struggling, and I went to the professor asking how should I adjust to this pace and all. So I still remember what he said. He says, in bachelors you are fed information, even some of the even up to some extent in Southampton also they might be fed some information, because you are not at that high level of research or that much advancement. But when you go to masters, we don't give you a defined set of books or something,
Mm.
or defined chapter, go read exactly so and so from here.
Yeah.
You have to look at some 5 6 books or even more, try to understand or grasp the concept from whichever book you like,
Yeah.
and then you have to make sure that your concepts are clear. This is at master's level, and also at the same time you have to look at the latest research papers, survey papers, everything. That's how you develop your mindset. When you go to PhD level, you are working at such a level where no existing literature is there. You have to be inspired by elements in the nature, out in the environment and all that. That's what will bring you the newer perspective and allow you to be at the pinnacle of the research.
Mm, mm,
So
mm, mm.
that is a learning which I still carry daily in my work as well. It's very important, and I sincerely agree with what Aditya mentioned. Like, be ready for full throttle from day one. Don't think that uh, that it might come easy. If you are already highly intellectual, then it's good, you can find it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But I am talking with respect to the average people over there. Yeah. So yes, embrace learning, be curious, always, I mean, be easy to step out of your comfort zone, and be free to talk to the other people as well,
Yeah.
because the more you talk, it's not just you who are facing similar issues. I mean, someone else might also be facing something similar, and maybe collaboration also will help you in solving the problems. And after more than a decade in the corporate, I can also say that collaboration is one of the highest most sought after skill set.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'll have my next question from the answer that you just gave for both Aditya and Shashank. Because they are your juniors, of course you have a responsibility, and some may reach out to you later also. What are the key skills that they should focus on? Let's say one of them was research you talked about. I mean, basically meaning doing a deep study of anything to come up with an answer, right? Collaboration is one thing. I have myself given these lectures on communication skills and how to improve that. uh, it's a combination of skills apart from the main modules that you study in the class, which help you succeed as a professional later. So according to your experience, what are those skills which every student should try, and if they do not have it, try and develop, basically. Right. I'll first go to Aditya. Aditya, over to you.
See, the other than communication, teamwork, I think there are three important skills that students should develop, and it will not only it will it as these are long-term skills that will not only work for them in the corporate world but also in their personal life, like analytical, critical thinking, and decision making.
Mhm.
You have to whatever situation you're coming up with or whatever topic or anything, you have to be on, you have to analyze it. You can't just blindly say yes, okay, this is correct, this is right. You have to be at a given point of time during your course, you need to be analytical and critical in your research and work. And at the same time, decision making. What happens is, a person like me, I don't, when it comes to decision making, I just blindly choose something which I don't think twice about it. So,
Yeah.
what I would say to youngsters that before you're making a decision on something else, think about it before making a wise decision. So, these are the three important skills I feel that will be developed during your time in University of Southampton.
Mm-hmm. Shashank, anything that you want to add?
I would say, see, from my time around, when I did masters, AI was not so much in the scene.
Yeah.
I was studying it, and we hardly had any good quality GPUs also at that time. So we are a lot farther from there now, and its applicability, AI's capability is much more enhanced, and it has gone into every single domain now.
Hmm.
So I would say, even if you are into a management course or something, uh, make sure that you are leveraging the capabilities of AI, and not at the danger of being replaced by it, because it is moving very fast.
Mm.
It's better to join hands and join force with it and work with that. Speaking about the decision making that Aditya was saying, I would say trust your guts, but also data driven.
Yeah.
In God we trust. This is a saying which my manager was saying. In God we trust. For the rest, we need data.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I would
Absolutely.
like to add something like what
Mhm.
Shashank said. Yes, it is really important in today's times. Other than the soft skills, you need to work on hard skills with AI and data science and business analytics in huge demand. It is really important to learn technical stuff in this current age so that
Yeah.
you can be relevant in your job. And at the same time, other than AI and data science, it's also important to learn basic finance, because finance is a very important thing that will work in our day-to-day lives,
Yep.
like
Yep.
budgeting, financial statements. We would, for example, I will give about myself. I did not know how to. I learned budgeting only through my own experience. When I was alone in the UK, I was given a certain set of money. I had to budget myself. How do I allocate my money? So these
Mhm.
are two important hard skills: IT, AI, and financial, that needs to be developed at the same time while building your
Mhm.
soft skills.
Yep, yep. In fact, when we are discussing with the corporate, because the curriculum is aligned with the demand of the corporate, actually, even at University of Southampton Delhi, because employability is a major factor. So they have listed down a list of 12 to 14 skills per program, in fact. And a lot of soft skills that you people are mentioning are actually mentioned in those programs, right? It even includes things like cross-cultural sensitization, right? Because what we are promising students, and that is what's going to happen, is that when the placement season happens, around 20% of them probably may get a placement outside India. And then it becomes extremely important that we understand how we perform and how we behave in a particular culture. Even in India, you will see that more universities are opening their campuses, and we are the first ones. We have the proud top 100 university. You will see in the years to come more foreigners also working in India, right? So that cultural thing is very important. So thank you for mentioning that.
At the
Yeah,
same, like, let me add on to this.
yeah,
A lot of IT companies, okay, don't, other than the layoffs that is going on, that we are seeing in the news, a lot of IT companies are setting up their campus in
mm,
India, I
yeah,
mean, in Hyderabad, Bangalore, Gurugram. So, very soon in the next 5 years, I see our country's
yeah,
economy will be maybe
yeah,
much better than the UK. I
yep,
would
yep,
say that
yep,
in the next 5 years, with the
yep.
way how things are panning out.
Absolutely. In fact, there is a question. What are the opportunities after international management after BTech CSC? So I think that's a combination. Now, somebody again is trying to transition from, let's say, BTech background into management. No, I will just start by saying that opportunities galore. Now, it depends upon how much of kind of a transferable skill you want to bring into the kind of profession that you want to go into. If you want to change entirely, that is possible. If you want to take that particular skill which you have learned in the class into your management skills, that is also possible. I'll leave it to Aditya to expound it more.
See, if now, as I said, first, if it is going to, it is first of all a big
Yeah,
change from
yeah,
BTech to management. So I would tell that person, do some research about it. Do some research. Okay, look at look at other people who have done such a big change. I'm not talking about BTech, any other course,
yeah.
any other IT or
Even
biological course.
humanities. Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
how they switched from that to management. And third, you have to be mentally prepared.
yeah,
You have to be mentally prepared.
yeah.
Now, it is not the same way what they teach in BTech, the same way it would be taught in
Mm,
management, because it is a very different thing altogether.
mm,
In at least in a BTech or BTech or BSc or IT, I know there's a lot of technical or practical skills that go on, but here it is more about case studies.
mm.
So if you're ready for that transition, you can go ahead. But I would say do your research, and if within your research, if you feel you're ready for the transition, you can do it. There's no one to
Yeah.
stop you.
And I think I'll just say one thing, that your knowledge does not go waste. In fact, you add more knowledge into your class.
True.
That's something you're definitely getting into the class. So I'll also try and go to Shashank for this, because he has that kind of a domain where he must have seen these kind of people, coming into management, and a lot of it's absolutely ubiquitous. A lot of engineers are actually going and doing top class MBA. Shashank, I mean, just want to
Yeah.
hear your views about it.
Yeah, I'm more of a purist, so
Yeah.
little bit little bit difficult to comment. But what I would say is be sure what you want to get out
Yeah.
of this as an
Mm,
outcome of this management thing. If you are I mean, lot of engineers who have who go into management are of the journey that engineering was too much, and I just had to do it somehow. But now management looks lucrative, and I don't want to do the engineering part of more.
yeah.
So just make sure that you are very sure about this decision, and that it's not just a get out of this scenario kind of thing, but it is what it is your calling. Just make sure
Mm,
that it is the case, because there are there might be some other domains also which you might find your passion into.
yep. Yep.
I think that's one important thing to go, because yeah, a lot of Indians, I mean, a lot of people here are like, हाँ, बीटेक कर लिया, उसके बाद में मैनेजमेंट करना है, उसके बाद में सोचेंगे क्या करना है.
Uh, so I
So
think what is important is, because we think that management is, one piece.
Mm.
Management is vast, actually. You have management people going into consulting, product management, FMCG, retail. So when you actually go into the class and meet people coming from different backgrounds, and also the faculty having their own experience of teaching in different universities and in different corners of the world, you actually explore what in management. So the answer is
True.
not as
True.
black and white. You
true.
opportunities galore. Some people want to come from finance and they want to go into financial consulting,
Mm.
right? They want to transition into that. So I think this is something which unfolds before you when you go into the class. You want to say something, Aditya?
Yeah, I'll give you an example of one of my friend.
Yeah,
So what happened was she did her graduation in BTech, same
yeah,
thing. Okay, then she worked in Accenture.
Yep.
Now her aim was she wanted to go into that consultancy strategy and all that. So
Yeah.
hence she decided she will do an MBA.
Mm.
Okay, so it is also if you so yes, what Shashank said, just to burden down the level of study doesn't work like that. You should be sure whether which direction you want to go to.
Yeah.
If you want to do something with a blend of tech and management, consultancy, if consultancy is a good thing. So that's why I believe you should be sure which direction you're going to go to. If you're
Yeah.
going to switch just because to control to just lesser the burden of your studies, then I don't think so. Those people have any goals in life.
I think goals are very important. In fact, in our SOP also, they are asked to write a goal. That's
Yes,
extremely important. There is going to be
Yeah.
an skill assessment for everybody when they enter into class. I think the teachers will be there to help. There'll be
true.
people coming from the industry. That is what we are there for, to explore the
Hmm.
horizons that we have and what we are good at. Shashank, were you saying something? Did I cut
Yeah.
you? Yeah.
Yeah. Another point that I would like to add here is that see, you are doing this 1 year management course in India,
Mm.
and this is, as Ketan knows, it is not. It may or may not be similar as the 1 year course in ISB. Okay, so there is going to be some difference, and if you want to make some apples to apples comparison, it is going to be different because your curriculum for 1 year is different, and the rest of the people who are doing 2 year course in management in India is different, and the same at ISB is different. So you are having lesser number of people, to talk to. Hence your networking and your collaborative skills and keeping all your senses open at all times is utmost important.
Yep. 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 And we are going to be exposing them to the alum network. I think we have a very strong alum network. We have almost 2.9 lakh alums in 190 countries. So this opening your mind is very important. I think a lot of people do not have a LinkedIn ID. I've been
Yep.
telling them that you just go on LinkedIn, right? Introduce yourself that you're joining the program. Start networking with people, because if you are a working professional, I think Shashank and Aditya will vouch for it. References matter.
It's basically if you're
Yeah.
not networking,
Yeah.
if you're not networking means you are not working.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Your next job depends upon networking. The first job is going to be provided by University of Southampton Delhi, for sure. A few questions about placements. So look, we have guaranteed placements, of course, at University of Southampton Delhi, and particularly for PG, because they are going to pass out next year.
I just
So
wanted to know
yeah,
one thing. Are you
yeah.
tying up with companies?
Yes, we have 30 MOUs signed already at
Okay.
University of Southampton Delhi. They are going to be coming to the campus. We are expecting good placements. However, I've been putting it on LinkedIn. I've been talking to people that, we can get companies in the campus.
Hmm.
It all is dependent upon the student as to how
Student,
much of a,
exactly.
kind of opportunity you take, right? So let's say if a company comes, you will have the wherewithal. You will be having things like resume building. Apart from
Hmm.
the modules that you're studying, you will be having things like how to face an interview. There'll be
Hmm.
people coming from the industry and talking to you that this is what you do to basically make a career in that industry. Now you have to be basically having the dexterity to be able to absorb that and
Yeah.
utilize that. There'll be people, of course, um, definitely behind your life, right, to do that. And that's how we succeed as a group, right? So we are expecting very good placements for you. It's up to you to make the best use of the opportunities that you get. Definitely, no doubt about
I
that.
will say that, me and Shashank were unlucky that we didn't get those placement opportunities because it
Yeah,
was the UK.
yeah,
We
yeah,
had to do everything ourselves. But
absolutely.
this batch or these students attending University of Southampton, Delhi, y'all are quite lucky that y'all are getting placement assistance.
Mm,
Okay, so make use of it.
yeah.
Make use of it because it's a once in a lifetime. It's a once in a lifetime achievement. If you get placed in a
Mm,
good company through this university, then the sky is the limit for you.
yep, yep. A last piece of advice for our incoming batch from you.
Shashank, you give, then I will
Yeah,
give.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. I think be curious, be excited. It's going to be a really nice, enriching experience. You will forever carry these memories in mind. It's going to be, it's kind of intriguing for me also, because having the experience of a foreign university in India, so where those boundaries are getting merged. So I am also a little bit excited how this will go. Maybe I'll catch up with Ketan after some time. What do students say about it? What do they feel?
Absolutely. We were supposed to invite you in a webinar, info session, but you unfortunately were busy.
Yeah.
But guys, we'll be inviting these alums a lot. Don't worry about that. We'll be
Yes.
sharing their experience. Aditya, over to you.
I would say don't take anything lightly.
Yep.
Put in your best from day one. Be
Yep.
hardworking.
Yep.
Don't be oversmart. As I mentioned. Okay. You have the full freedom of coming up with your own ideas or questions. You don't need to worry about anyone judging you or something. You have your full freedom, your mind, you will be open minded, so you don't need to stress about that. Otherwise, this journey will go through very well. It's all upon the students how they want to take it up. If they want
Yep.
to be serious enough, fantastic. If they don't want to, it's their life. So I would say be hardworking and giving your best from day one onwards.
Yeah. So students, you don't know, we have a lot of things at the background working for you. I cannot divulge everything. A lot of good things which will come your way. University of Southampton is going to be a marquee thing in the history of higher education in India. We
Yeah.
are the top 100. You are going to be the first batch of a top 100 university
True.
in India.
True.
Take pride in that if you've already enrolled for it. And I think we are hoping big wonders for you by the end of the program. Thank you so much, Shashank, Aditya, for
Welcome.
sharing
Thank
your
you.
experience. I'm sure we are going to be bothering you a lot more in future.
Sure, I am always there. Don't worry. We are
So,
all there. Don't worry.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And thank you so much for the audience listening to us patiently. Thank you so much. Goodbye. And the ones who are preparing for their batch, best of luck to you. See you in the class someday.